Okay, so after some thought, we're gonna put this thing back on the road. Um, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull this bad boy out. We're gonna reseal it, check it out, open it up, make sure it's good. Want to have a good running motor. Make this thing pretty when you pop it over the hood. I already started removing some parts, and plan is we're gonna pull this bad boy out, reseal it. You can see some of the gaskets and so forth. I don't know who did it before, but like I said, the old owner said there was a push rod missing. Don't know why. He doesn't know why. There was a couple of things that were a little questionable on the work on it, so just want to make sure everything's good. I'll pull it out, probably reseal the intake, reseal the pan, and make it look pretty, and make sure I got a good running motor in here. And then we'll go from there. Just want to get it moving and running on its own, under its own power. All right, I got the 283 all apart. Gaskets were all gooped on there. This was a rebuilt at one time. I could tell that from the oil galleys and the freeze plugs. Somebody's been in this. The guy I got it from said he replaced this push rod. That's where I kind of red flags kind of popped in my head, because I was like, why was this missing, and why did he have to replace it? So that's why I wanted to tear it down. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna pull the heads off. I'm gonna pull the pan off. Has fresh oil in it, so somebody was messing with it. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably do an oil pump. I mean, if everything looks good, clean everything out, do an fresh oil pump on it. I'm gonna, as you can see, still has the canister oil filter, so I will convert that over, and then that's if everything looks good. Then reseal it, and then make it look pretty, and throw it back in. All right, so I pulled the pan off. It actually don't look too bad. Got a little crazy with the RTD, but this bad boy is rebuilt at some time. I haven't pulled the heads off, and I don't think I'm going to. You can see the looks like cast pistons right there. there. Everything looks good. Go to the oil pump. Look for. Now I'm looking for things stuck in the screen here, and it actually looks pretty clean. Some little bit of silicone, which whoever put this together got crazy with that. And then let's go to the pan. The pan will tell you a lot. And this is what we got in the pan. So we go into here. I don't know if you can see that. I got no metal in here. It just looks like bad or old oil. So I think we are good to go. Let's see, I thought I felt something, but nope. Yeah, I think this was nothing big in here. A little bit of dirt. It's not even really dirt. It's more burnt oil. So we clean this thing up and put some good oil in it, and put it all back together. All right, so I was cleaning all my parts. You seen the oil pan, all the crud and the bad oil and the carbon that was on the bottom. It wasn't chunks of metal or dirt. It was just carbon. And then when I inspected the motor looks good. Motor looks clean, like it was rebuilt or it has been rebuilt. And then I was just kind of thinking to myself, where did all this carbon come from? Then it dawned on me as I'm cleaning the parts where it came from. So whoever put this motor together didn't know this, because it's kind of hidden where it came from. I ran into this issue. I know you gotta cut this thing off. Let me show you. You're gonna use that stock intake. There is a heat cover right here, and it has rivets. So there is 4 of them. You see I grinded it off. And below this heat cover, since it is old, is a shitload of carbon. So what happened was, I bet the guy who built that motor wanted to use the stock intake, didn't know about this, put that back on, of course, because as you can see it's still here, put it back on, and then as the oil flew and some of these hitting bumps and so forth, this breaks up and gets in your oil system. So with that, I was changing the oil pump anyways, but that's exactly why you do it while I'm already in there. Got the engine out, and might as well change that oil pump, because this was sure sucked in there, and that's why it was all on the bottom of the pan. But we'll get that fixed up and out of there. So here was the stock color on it. It was red. I don't know why anybody would want to paint over that red, change the color on it. But hey, whatever. Yeah, they changed it to purple. Did a horrible job. Then you got like another red right here. It's like an orangish red. Man, 10 colors on this thing. Here we go. We're getting ready to put this inside this. it is. Just dropped in, and we can start putting back the front end. As you can see, I made her look all pretty. Gave her a fresh paint. Cleaned up the bolts. Cleaned up the headers. New water pump. New plugs. And we're ready to put her all back together. Alright, what do we got here is another ugly bumper. This is on a 64 El Camino, and you got some surface rust, and we're gonna take care of this thing and shine it up. And bring it back to the nice chrome it came from the factory. Alright, so cleaned it with the old WD-40 and 4.0 steel wool. You see, got some of the rust out. Some of it is fairly deep. We'll see right here. Not much you can really do with that since it is past the chrome and started to pit in the chrome besides re-chroming it. But we're going to put a polish on it and see if we can clean up the rest of it. Alright, here it is. I polished it up, and that is good enough for me. The layer of polish I use is Blue Magic, and it leaves a protection on it as well. So I'm going to install this bad boy right now. Alright, so I got the front end all back together. Bumper on, grill on, and we still need to, I need to rebuild the carburetor, install the distributor, run all the fuel lines, coolant lines, install the radiator, and all that good stuff. I still got to bolt up the converter, add the drive line, and that's pretty much it engine wise. Then what I don't know what I'm going to do yet is interior. This is not the original 64 seat. This is out of a 70, 71, 72. Or no, I think they go all the way to 68, 72. As you can see, it is pretty dirty. Somebody did do a patch job on there, and it is pretty amateur patch job. They didn't weld it all the way through. So, should I fix that? I don't know. I think I'm going to, just because that annoys me. That's the original Power Glide shifter. I think that's going to go. I think I'm going to get rid of that. Since I don't have the center console, I'm going to add Mr. Gasket makes a nice little shifter that looks like a 3-speed shifter manual. Door panels, don't know what I'm going to do with it. Should I make some door panels? The whole key of this thing is just getting it back on the road, and then letting the next guy go that next step with it. But I still want to have a nice car and where it's comfortable to drive and nice and safe. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Might do door panels and might do a seat. We'll probably cut that floor, and then I'll do POR, paint over rust, on the floor pan, and then let the next guy carpet it and so forth, and do the headliner But I'll clean it up real good where, like I said, it's nice and comfortable to drive. And that's where we're at.